Hello everyone, how y'all doing today? Now, if you don't know it or not, unless you've been living on the rock, and I know sometimes we do live on the rocks, but this is Ashley with an I. She's on TikTok, y'all can go follow her. But there was a whole lot of controversy over this 1 minute and 28 second video of her rejecting a coffee date. Now, I know y'all thinking that I'm about to go in, and I am, but I'm going to do it in a different way. First, I'm going to start off with the positive. Then I'm going to find the mammy and let other people go in on her. And I might go in on her in between. Now, if you've been rocking with me for a while, I go in on mammies on this channel, and I go in on toxic men on this channel. Y'all already know this. But that's not the only thing I do on this channel. I also promote for younger women to start choosing themselves instead of choosing the man. See, they always online telling us to choose better. But what their ignorant selves don't know is this is what choosing better looks like. This is what choosing better looks like. It looks exactly like this. It's women saying no to stuff that they aren't comfortable with. Saying no to things that don't benefit them as a woman. Now, there are women out here who might like coffee dates. But this woman right here don't like coffee dates. And that's just the way it is. And you gonna see on this video that she ain't do nothing. She ain't say nothing rude. She ain't say nothing. She ain't put no cursing in it or nothing. Lo and behold, here comes the pick-me's and possibly the mammies and the toxic men coming with their insults about her, talking about rating her what she is and how she should be happy for any little thing that a man throws her way. I actually saw this in a comment section. In her comment section, I saw this. But I ain't going to show it because I ain't going to give them clout like that. I'm going to focus on some of the positive things that's in her comment section. Bottom line is, they want us to choose better, and we are choosing better. Regardless of how these pick-me's and mammies and toxic men feel. And by the way, mammies and pick-me's, they both ride in the same car. The only difference is the mammy is older and the pick-me's are younger. But make no mistake, they are both male-centered. And this pick-me who is trying to insult this lady's looks, talking about she's a 3, she looks like she may be a lesbian. I don't have nothing against lesbians, but some lesbians are very toxic because they try to act too much like men and they take on those toxic character traits. But they are pick-me's as well. Not the type of pick-me's like, hey, choose me. Maybe more like the type of pick-me is, hey, look at me. I can be just as toxic as you. Me and you should roll together. You should be my homeboy. I've seen this for myself. I'm not going by nothing I heard. Trust me. I've seen this. And some of them will double back and have sex with a man every now and then too. But I'm about to show you this video, and then I'm gonna show you the response that this chick made, this pick-me made. And then I'm gonna show you the comment section. Then I might even show you a couple of videos, quick videos of what of the positive stuff that people are saying.
A man asked me for coffee today after work, and I politely told him no, and then brought myself to McAllister's, where I got this croissant, this grilled chicken sandwich, and an entire bowl of broccoli cheddar soup and a Dr. Pepper for under $25. Now, I'm not going to argue with you about how you like to date, just like I don't want you to argue with me about how I like to date. But coffee is never going to be an option for me. And just like I respect your choice to coffee, respect mine to not coffee.
Now, there's nothing that she said wrong. However, there's always a pick me or a mammy. They're gonna put their 2 cents in because they're miserable and they want you to be just as miserable as them. Oh, I dare her try to exercise her rights. She doesn't even look better than me. I dare her. She better be alright with whatever comes her way, because I look better than her and I'm getting ran through. So she should want to get ran through. Now keep in mind, I don't know if she's a lesbian or not. I said she seemed like she might be one. But there are some lesbians who get ran through by other lesbians too. I put a response clip to what she was saying, because when she said her first few words when insulting her, talking about she's a 3, I didn't want to hear no more anyway. See, what she don't know is, or probably know and don't care about, she's spitting out the same rhetoric that the red pill men are spitting out. So she sounds exactly like them. And this is what being male-centered looks like and sounds like. But you about to hear this little bit from her, and then you gonna hear the response of a woman dragging her.
It be the black women who know that they have limited options with men that always want to try to make.
So you mean to tell me you just went on that long ass rant for what? You're mad because that lady don't want to go on no coffee date. That has nothing to do with you. You don't even know her. You went in on her character. You went in on her weight. You went in on her looks. You said that lady was a solid 3 and she was overweight. What the fuck that got to do with her turning down a coffee date? Bitch, a lot of us are overweight. Okay? If she don't drink coffee, she don't drink coffee. You talking about she went and got something to eat and that's unhealthy. Bitch, coffee ain't healthy either. You act like, so you must want to go on that coffee date. Somebody please go invite her on a coffee date. But I really get on here to speak on one thing. It bothers me that you went in on her weight as if men not out here checking for big women. Let's just be clear. The same men that's checking for you be the same men that be checking for the big women. There's a lot of men out here who like plus size women. Somebody clearly liked her. They asked her to go on a coffee date. Y'all really be acting like we don't have any options. We do. And all of us not insecure. I'm sure she isn't either. That's why she made her video. But for you to sit on here with your veins popping out your neck, feeling some type of way because she turned down a coffee date as if she turned you down is insane. The way you on here cutting up is like you asked her on the date. Shit. You making it seem like you want her. But that's crazy. And then you're acting like you don't know what social media is for. Oh, people really up here exploiting themselves for $1. Duh, bitch. Everybody on here doing that. Girl, that's what they do on social media. That's what they do on TikTok. Make up fake fabricated lives. Girl, who are you? Nobody. Leave that lady alone.
And she spoke the truth. And they always try to talk about black women, but there are white women in these comment sections agreeing with her. Black women and white women and probably other women agreeing with her. Look at these comments. Just stop and pause them, because I'm paying attention to the women that are agreeing with her, and there's a lot of them. Just look at it. If you can read fast, you can pause or whatever. But the point is, there are a lot of women agreeing with her. White, black, and probably other races of women too. Because they're tired of the bull crap too. It's not just black women that's tired. See, right now, y'all may not know, but there is a war. There's a war on average looking women. And I'm not calling her average. She's beautiful. But to some men and some women, they'll consider her average because they feel like how that girl feels. But she's not average. She's still beautiful. But there is a war on women that they rate lower than their preferences. You get what I'm saying? Because in their book, their preference is too high maintenance and they want too much. So now the men are running after the women that they deem that's less than what the women that they prefer. And because they think in their mind that, oh, well, since she looks less than my preference and who I choose, she'll settle for anything. And God forbid a beautiful woman that they deem low settles for anything high. Then you have the preferences getting mad because they're turning away from them and trying to date women who the preferences feel like is less than them. And that's why they're complaining and trying to tell women to settle for the women who they deem that they look better than, to settle for whoever they get. It's some famous dude that came out. Now I don't know his name. All I know is I saw him on another YouTuber's channel, cause the YouTuber was talking about him. But he was telling average men that it'll be better for him if he date a woman that's rated a 1 or 2 or 3, because they will accept less. Basically, that's what he was saying. Now, we already know how these average men look up to these celebrity men as their father figure, because they ain't have no father in their lives. So we already know that many of them are going to listen to this celebrity man and follow everything he says. So they're going to start going after these women that they deem less than them or less than what they prefer. And so that's why they're mad. And that's why the mammies mad too. Because a lot of these mammies that are mad and pick me, their preferences. But I am glad that Ashley with an I stood her ground and is still standing her ground. Y'all need to go check her out. She slow dragging them. She's slow dragging them in the comment section. And I'm proud. This is what choosing better looks like. Now what I'm about to do is show y'all some videos, some positive videos of what surprisingly some men say. There are some men that are taking up for this lady. And I'm happy to see that too. I'm happy to see some men and women taking up for her. I'm glad to see that. As for that mammy, she's getting what she deserves. But you know what we can do for her? Here's what we're going to do for her. Now, this wasn't my ideal. Now, I heard somebody in a TikTok live suggest this, and I'm down with it. From now on, when we find a mammy or a pick me, here's what we going to do. We going to put them on the front line, because this is a war, right? We going to put them on the front line. Since they want to take up for the toxic men and everything, we going to let them toxic men support them. The only thing we're going to have for them is a prayer. The only being that can help them is the spiritual being, the Savior, Jesus Christ. That's the only one that can help them. We can't help them. They gonna be who they are. We just gonna put them on the front line with the men that they defend. These toxic men they defend, we gonna put them on the front line. See, the same thing happened with Cooking with Kaya. She was doing all that caping for these men, and these men end up turning on them. That's what it's gonna take. And that probably ain't gonna do nothing to them. We can't help them. So we're gonna put them in Jesus' hands. We have drawn the line. Either you for us as women or you against us. And that goes for any male-centered woman that's listening. When those toxic men leave you to drown, call Jesus, not us. But anyway, I'm finna go. Y'all enjoy the rest of this lovely Sunday evening. Peace.
Really got on here bashing that woman because she didn't want a fucking coffee date. Bitch, she ain't got to have a fucking coffee date. She don't want a fucking coffee date. That fucking simple. The fuck? Male-centered ass bitches get on my fucking nerves. It be shit just like that. It be shit just like that. What the fuck do you mean? That she got limited options with men. Bitch, who the fuck is you?
The part that genuinely everyone's missing in this whole debate on whether or not you should say no or yes to a coffee date, why is it an issue when a female says that she don't want to date a dude for a specific reason, but when a dude says that he don't want to date a female, everybody's cool with it. Everybody don't have no problem with it. My thing is, why are y'all so concerned about what other people are saying yes and no to regarding dating in the first place? You're not the one getting the nigga.
What are y'all bullying that woman that says she don't like coffee dates because it's just not her thing? It's just trippy to me.
Y'all go check out my boy Bat's video. He's short and sweet to the point. Me, of course, I like to elaborate a little bit. So walk me real quick because I totally agree with him. Let's talk about this real fast. So in my opinion, I think what's being lost in this coffee date discourse is the fact that this woman expressed a preference in how she would like to be engaged with as it pertains to somebody who has or is expressing an interest in her. I don't think that's wrong. And I don't think that should result in her being berated for clearly expressing something that she's not interested in. Just saying. Now, of course, in my opinion, I also think that this is a byproduct of the ongoing discourse and conversation that is happening on the internet and various socials about how men and women interact with each other and the expectations that we have from one another, which, to me, in a lot of ways, gets out of hand real fast. I also believe,
in fact, she is allowed to make that decision. That is her right. And yet, people manage to comment stuff like, all this coming from a 3. A 3? You upset because she doesn't want to go on a coffee date because you're allowed to set standards for yourself. People forget this. You don't have to date any woman who has a certain standard that's just not you. That's the beautiful thing about options. You have them and so does she. And half